There are 1,000 lessons in defeat, but only one in victory. Don't criticize your neighbor's roof for a lot of snow when your door is not clean. The noble person uses things, the lesser man is used by things. We have two lives, and the second begins when we realize we only have one. Even the finest sword plunge into salt water will eventually rust. Work on clearing your thoughts. If you do not have bad thoughts, there will be no bad deeds. The disease of men is that they neglect their own fields and go to weed the fields of others. If you are depressed, you are living in the past. If you are anxious, you are living in the future. If you are at peace, you are living in the present. Learn as if you constantly feel you lack your knowledge, and as if you are constantly afraid of losing your knowledge. We take greater pains to persuade others that we are happy, and endeavoring to think so ourselves. If they spit at you behind your back, it means you're ahead of them. Whoever, undertaking a business, hurries too quickly to achieve a result, will do nothing. He who carefully finishes his work as he began will not fail. Sometimes you must yield in order to win, and sometimes maintaining a low place leads you to win. The superior man is modest in his speech, but exceeds in his actions. A great man clings to the essential and leaves the insignificant. He does everything in truth, but he will never rely on laws. When true virtue is lost, good nature appears. When good nature is lost, justice appears. When justice is lost, decency appears. The rules of decency are only the semblance of truth and the beginning of all disorder. The man who says he can and the man who says he cannot are both correct. He who flatters a man is his enemy. He who tells him of his faults is his maker. Man's nature is evil. Goodness is the result of conscious activity. If you are the smartest person in the room, then you are in the wrong room. It is more shameful to distrust our friends than to be deceived by them. What the caterpillar calls the end, the rest of the world calls a butterfly. Opportunities multiply as they are seized. The person attempting to travel to roads at once will get nowhere. A healthy man wants 1,000 things, a sick man only wants one. Before you embark on a journey of revenge, dig to graves. Appear weak when you are strong, and strong when you are weak. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. The man who moves a mountain begins by carrying away small stones. Be extremely subtle even to the point of formlessness. Be extremely mysterious even to the point of soundlessness. Thereby you can be the director of the opponent's fate. If you hate, then you have been defeated. What the ancients called a clever fighter is one who not only wins, but excels in winning with ease. There is nothing softer and more flexible than water, but try to resist it. To see what is right, to not do it is the worst cowardice. People in ancient times did not like to talk much. They considered it the shame for themselves not to keep up with their own words. In the midst of chaos, there is also opportunity. When I let go of what I am, I become what I might be. If the mind is willing, the flesh could go on and on without many things. He who is satisfied with his lot is rich. Who wishes to fight must first count the cost. Live for the praise of others, and you will become their prisoner. We accept advice and drops, but we distribute it in buckets. Watch your thoughts, they become your words. Watch your words, they become your actions. Watch your actions, they become your habits. Watch your habits, they become your character. Watch your character, it becomes your destiny. A leader leads by example, not by force. He who knows all the answers has not been asked all the questions. The funniest people are the saddest ones. True words are not pleasant. Pleasant words are not true. When anger rises, think of the consequences. Soft and weak wins over hard and strong. Great is the man who has not lost his childlike heart. Ultimate excellence lies not in winning every battle, but in defeating the enemy without ever fighting. To lead people, follow them. You have to believe in yourself. To know your enemy, you must become your enemy. Get rid of the desire to have. Great results can be achieved with small forces. If what one has to say is not better than silence, then one should keep silent. The wise man avoids all extremes. When people know a lot, it is difficult to manage them. It is easy to love your friend, but sometimes the hardest lesson to learn is to love your enemy. Ponder and deliberate before you make a move. Knowledge is the treasure, and practice is the key to it. Choose a job you love, and you will never have to work a day in your life. What you do not want done to yourself, do not do to others. You can overcome bad habits only today, not tomorrow. Life is a series of natural and spontaneous changes. Don't resist them, that only creates sorrow. Let reality be reality. Let things flow naturally forward in whatever way they like. Give a bowl of rice to a man and you will feed him for a day. Teach him to grow his own rice and you will save his life. Wheels of justice grind slow, but grind fine. Victory over others gives strength. Victory over oneself gives fearlessness. Plan for what is difficult while it is easy. Do what is great while it is small. Nature does not hurry, yet everything is accomplished. If he sends reinforcements everywhere, he will be weak everywhere. Study the past if you would define the future. Therefore, just as water retains no constant shape, So in warfare, there are no constant conditions. Who knows doesn't say, who speaks doesn't know. Beware of sugar that is mixed with poison. Beware of the fly that sat on a dead snake. You can't trust a man who has nothing to lose. Do not seek, otherwise you will lose. Do not seek and you will find. If you are alone for a long time, soon you will accept loneliness. You will never know your potential if you are afraid to be alone. Truth uttered before its time is always dangerous. Pride and excess bring disaster for man. Be content with what you have, rejoice in the way things are. When you realize there is nothing lacking, the whole world belongs to you. There is no crime greater than having too many desires. There is no disaster greater than not being content. There is no misfortune greater than being covetous. Man dies from birth. Fill your bowl to the brim and it will spill. Keep sharpening your knife and it will be blunt. Disorder came from order, fear came from courage, weakness came from strength. Time is a created thing. To say I don't have time is like saying, I don't want to. Life is really simple, but we insist on making it complicated. Attack the evil that is within yourself, rather than attacking the evil that is in others. An enemy is a friend who knows too much about you. Whoever talks a lot often fails. Every animal with blood in its veins and horns on its head will fight when it is attacked. A noble person blames himself, and an insignificant person blames others. Think of tomorrow. The past can't be mended. Tell me and I will forget. Show me and I may remember. Involve me and I will understand. It does not matter how slowly you go as long as you do not stop. It is better to light one small candle than to curse the darkness. The skillful artist will not alter his measures for the sake of a stupid workman. Care about what other people think, and you will always be their prisoner. A man dies easily because he has too much will to live. Even a loss can turn into a profit, or a profit can turn into a loss. Who does not know the evils of war cannot appreciate its benefits. The feeling of right or wrong is the beginning of wisdom. Friends are the siblings God never gave us. Be attentive to your thoughts, they are the beginning of action. Never say never because the days go by so fast, and nothing stays the same. To complain about an unpleasant thing is to double the evil. To laugh at it is to destroy it. Roads were made for journeys, not destinations. You can always rise above those who offend you by forgiving them. Your life is what your thoughts make it. By 3 methods we may learn wisdom. First, by reflection, which is noblest. Second, by imitation, which is easiest. And third, by experience, which is the bitterest. We gain by losing, lose by gaining. The truth is not always beautiful, nor are beautiful words the truth. When I free myself from who I am, I become who I can be. People are distressed by their inability to do the problem. However, is simply that they don't do it. Happiness is when you are understood. Great happiness is when you are loved. Real happiness is when you love. You are controlled by the one who makes you angry. Temperance is the first step of virtue, which is the beginning of moral perfection. It is easy to hate and it is difficult to love. This is how the whole scheme of things works. All good things are difficult to achieve, and bad things are very easy to get. Sometimes we see a lot, but do not notice the main thing. A trail through the mountains, if used, becomes a path in a short time, but if unused, becomes blocked by grass in an equally short time. The snow goose needs not bathe to make itself white, neither need you do anything but be yourself. Health is the greatest possession. Contentment is the greatest treasure. Confidence is the greatest friend. The wise man is one who knows what he does not know. The man who chases the rabbits catches neither. Respect yourself, and others will respect you. Be bent, and you will stay straight. Be empty, and you will remain complete. Be worn out, and you will stay new. If you lack faith, then the existence does not believe in you. There is beauty in everything, but not everyone can see it. What is evil to one at one time becomes good at another time to somebody else. So the unwilling soul sees what's hidden, and the ever-wanting soul sees only what it wants. I have just 3 things to teach: simplicity, patience, compassion. These 3 are your greatest treasures. Forget injuries, never forget kindness. Being deeply loved by someone gives you strength, while loving someone deeply gives you courage. New beginnings are disguised as painful endings. The way is near, but men seek it too far. It is in easy things, but men seek for it in difficult things. He who knows the measure is satisfied with his position. The whole being knows without learning, sees without looking, and detains without doing. Friendship is one mind into bodies. Learning without thought is labor loss. Thought without learning is perilous. To recognize your insignificance is empowering. If there is no dull and determined effort, there will be no brilliant achievement. Success is as dangerous as failure. Hope is as hollow as fear. The more you don't have sex, the less you want it. People of higher morality do not consider themselves moral. Therefore they have the highest morality. The man who asks a question is a fool for a minute. The man who does not ask is a fool for life. If you make a mistake and do not correct it, this is called a mistake. If you aren't afraid of dying, there is nothing you can't achieve. A sage who wants to be above people puts himself below them. Wanting to be ahead of them, he becomes behind. Worry not that no one knows you. Seek to be worth knowing. The one who offends you takes away your negative energy and gives you his positive energy. Our greatest glory is not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall. What is a good man but a bad man's teacher? What is a bad man but a good man's job? A man with outward courage dares to die. A man with inner courage dares to live. Learn as if you were not reaching your goal, and as though you were scared of missing it. If someone wants to offend you greatly, then it is even worse for him. You cannot open a book without learning something. A long absence of sex turns a person into a neurotic.